Welcome back to my channel, everybody. In today's video, we're going to continue my series where I show you some of my baseball card binders. This is, I believe, episode 4, and there are going to be 7 total binders that I have. This is going to be my favorite one, guys. Not because the cards inside are extra special or anything, but this is my original binder. I got this in 1987. The very first year I collected cards, I believe my grandmother purchased it for me and helped me collect some cards that summer, and it is just got a lot of nostalgic value to me, and somehow it's actually still in pretty decent shape after having been around since 1987. So if you're new to my series here, these cards are going to be in alphabetical order, and sometimes I'll even go like earliest card to more recent cards. I can't always get that going there. And I know I put the cards on the back side, which some people don't like, but I'm sorry, I didn't know any better when I was a kid, and I've just always done it that way. These cards that look like the credit cards, I could have swore that some of them were autographs back in the day because they just look so realistic the way they're signed on the back. If I just kind of pull this one out really fast, like that almost looks like a legit Randy Johnson signature. See how kind of the Sharpie looks like it's covering up the type there about the big unit? So for a while there, I thought that was a real signature, but I do not believe it is. It's just a facsimile signature. More Randy Johnson here. As we get further into his career, Diamondbacks winning the World Series there with those clutch performances. I forgot he even played for San Francisco. That's Randy Johnson. Andrew Jones, who came up as, what, a 20-year-old in the World Series out of Curacao. No one really knew much about him because there weren't really a lot of big scouting services or prospect lists. At least I wasn't aware of him back in the day. Not a Hall of Famer, but definitely an amazing player. Excuse me, Chipper Jones. These are some recent Chipper Jones cards that you can see or have been in cards from the last few years. Here's my original rookie card. It's not in the greatest shape, so I'm not going to get it graded or anything. These Fleer Metal Universe cards, I say it every time, they're some of my favorite cards of all time. Just the creativity and the shine and the shimmer on them is just really cool. And so, my Chipper Jones collection, nothing too out of the ordinary. A lot of just your typical stuff. Here's Aaron Judge. Now, I do have a few of the Aaron Judge rookie cards, the Topps rookie cards, but those are in a 3200 count box. I don't think I have them in here. Oh, I guess I do have this one. That's the rookie debut. This one I pulled out of a pack. It's got the 87 design, and it's a rookie card, I believe, from Series 2. 2017 Series 2 maybe, and that's one of my favorite Aaron Judge cards. I do have a lot of these insert cards that they stuck into Walmart packs, so if you're trying to put together some of these sets and you need a specific card number, like I was able to hook up my man Card Cash with one of the Chris Bryant cards like this, just let me know. There's another rookie debut and then an All-Star Game rookie card, which isn't going to carry too much value. I got a lot of repeat cards of Aaron Judge. I did sell a couple of them. I had a Stadium Club, like black parallel or something I sold, or maybe a sepia or sepia. Here's a guy I'm pretty high on for my prospect list. These are cards I bought off of eBay. Josh Young. It looks like Josh Jung, but I believe it's pronounced Josh Young. There's a refractor there in the top. Purchased those off of eBay for, I don't know, that whole lot there for $7 or $8, maybe 10. David Justice, one of my original pages. You can see how it's been, how much bigger it is. David Justice, who I was a big fan, I don't say I was a big fan of, but he was definitely a good player for the Braves back when they were winning all those titles back to back to back, except for the strike shortened year, which technically did not break their streak, but they probably wouldn't have won it. Jared Kelenic, I just have this one Kelenic right here. I picked up some other cards of his at the flea market earlier in the summer, but those are in the 3200 count box. Jeff Kent, who probably not going to get in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. He might sneak in there. He just didn't really have a good relationship with the media, and obviously those are the guys who are going to be voting for you. Max Kepler. First Bowman Chrome and Max Kepler. He was born in Germany and has really come on strong these last couple of years. And here's another Minnesota Twin, Alex Kirilloff, who's still in the minor leagues, has not made his major league debut yet, but I kind of combined my twins together here. Kirilloff and Kepler. 150th stamp is pretty nice. Now here's my Clayton Kershaw. This one I really like. This is from, it's kind of got the pro debut logo, but it's from a series called Prospects Plus from TriStar. I've shown the Andrew McCutcheon, I think, in my last video of that. Actually, no, it wasn't Andrew McCutcheon. It was Luke Hochaver. This is not the real rookie card. That's the this is like the iconic card reprint thing, right? Sometimes you'll see these iconic card reprints. That card exactly, I've seen it priced at like a baseball card show for like $15 because someone doesn't know it's not a legit card. Now here I have some First Bowman rookie cards. I pulled this out of a like a big grab bag at a flea market, and look at that, I got 4 of them. It wasn't a flea market, or it was a flea market, but it wasn't a grab bag. It was a like you could just buy a 3,200 count box, and I didn't know what was inside of it because it was all taped shut for like, I don't know, $15 or $17. And there were a bunch of those and some Max Scherzers and some other pretty nice rookie cards from that set that I guess the person who had the flea market just forgot were in there. Now there's a couple more prospects for the Cardinals. Andrew Nizer, who some people were pretty high on, but he hasn't quite made his debut yet. Carter Kieboom, starting to get a little playing time. There's my Speckle Refractor from last year's Bowman. I think he's got some talent. Obviously, he hasn't quite found his footing yet in the major leagues. Kimbrel, he may need to come out of my binder. He wasn't in there, and then I decided to put him in there because he was just so dominant there for years and years and years with San Diego and Atlanta, and even for a few years there with the Red Sox. But, man, he's fallen on some rough times these last couple of years. Corey Kluber, it's such a shame to see him get knocked out after, what, only pitching an inning or two this year so far. I do have some pretty nice inserts of Corey Kluber. That one from Adonis Mound Marvel. Here's another one from Topps Fire from last year. He's got some pretty cool insert cards, even though they're not the most valuable. There's a different parallel from Donruss from 2018. Keeping it going here, Paul Konerko. Started out with the Dodgers, but then played the bulk of his career with the Chicago White Sox. There's just some rather random cards I stuck in there. Kopech, I started putting in there last year. I got quite a few of Topps Chrome rookies of him. There's the Topps Big League. And I hope he can eventually come back next year and make a good impression there, because look, I have a whole bunch of rookie cards of him. Hall of Famer Barry Larkin, classic Hall of Famer. Kind of goes under the radar as far as people you'd think of as an all-time great, because I mean his stats maybe don't stack up with a Jeter or even a guy like A-Rod, who's not in the Hall of Fame. But Barry Larkin was just so consistent for so long. Here's Ramon Laureano. I put him in here last year, and then I thought about taking him out, but he's really played well. This is actually numbered out of 150 because it's an insert, but it's got the 150th stamp. And so inserts with the 150th stamp are actually numbered out of 150. So I've been able to pick up some Laureanos here and there. Khalil Lee, as a Royals fan, I've seen him. If you've watched Trevor Bauer's YouTube channel, Khalil Lee went to some of the live BP things they had out in the desert. And hopefully he can find his footing in the major leagues in the next couple of years. Oh, sorry about that, bumped the camera. Frankie Lindor, this one is pretty cool. The franchise features with Fernando Tatis on one side and Frankie Lindor on the other. You saw me get the Francisco Lindor out of my 2015 update pack a few weeks ago, and that was the very last card in the pack, and so it was a little bit dinged up, but I don't really mind. It's still pretty neat. There's a Chronicles card, Panini Chronicles. I love these 5-tool cards. That's an insert from Topps from a couple of years ago. There's a lot of big fans of Francisco Lindor out there. He's just an awesome guy in baseball. He just really promotes a positive attitude. There's the rookie debut. Can't remember when I got that one, but there's the actual rookie card that I pulled just a couple weeks ago in my, I think that might be road trip video number 3 if you haven't checked that out. Look at this guy. For some reason, Francisco Liriano is still in my binder. I don't know why. He probably needs to get taken out of there, but whatever. I got Gavin Lux here on the backside, the camo parallel from last year. Kenny Lofton. Some of you don't, and even I didn't remember Kenny Lofton started out with the Astros as a star rookie there. I obviously remember him as a kind of do-everything leadoff hitter, defender, stealing bases for the Cleveland Indians. I mean, that almost looks like Willie Mays Hayes, right, from the movies there. Jesus Luzardo, I'm pretty big on. I was pretty high on him last year, and then he got hurt, and he never got to pitch. But there I got his first Bowman Chrome. You can still kind of find, actually I bought another one. I had the chance to buy his, I saw this card on eBay for like $10, an autograph version of this for like $10, like back in the winter, and I didn't buy it, and I wish I would have, because now it's obviously going to jump in value. There's a numbered card out of 99 from last year's Bowman. I think I bought that in my Facebook group. Manny Machado, this is one of the first cards when I got back into collecting, like 2 years ago, I guess. This is one of the first cards I pulled out of a, insert cards I pulled out of a Topps Gallery pack. And I'm like, oh, this card is so cool. Manny Machado, Impressionists. And obviously it's not like a big time valuable card, but that was like one of my first cards that I pulled when I got back into the hobby. There's the opening day rookie, that's not the real one. There's the Bowman rookie card, but that's not going to be anything like his regular 2013 rookie card. To be honest, I'm not the biggest Machado fan. He kind of turned me off with some of his stuff, taking out Pedroia and some of his antics, Cleaton guys at first base, and I mean, I'm just not the biggest Machado guy, and that's okay if you are. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you like Manny Machado. Greg Maddux, bunting there, Hall of Famer, won I don't know how many Gold Gloves. There's the Topps Gold, which was like the coolest thing back in the mid-90s to get. Looks like I got 2 of them actually. Now they're like dirt cheap. It don't really cost much more than the regular base card. Greg Maddux. Okay, continuing here. This should wrap up Greg Maddux. I got a few I got Madrigal there. And Matt Manning. I saw he's getting called up and going to make his debut. First Bowman Chrome and Matt Manning. I believe they're calling up him and Casey Mize. I just got a few random Mickey Mantle cards just because these used to be insert cards like in early 2000s. They always used to put a Mickey Mantle card in there, and I always grabbed them because I thought they were pretty neat. Ketel Marte, I really started to pick up his cards over the last 6 to 12 months just because he was so good last year for Arizona, and just, man, he just went from because when he was with Seattle, he was just kind of a little pesky leadoff hitter, gap hitter, but last year he just put it all together and was just, man, he was just MVP. I mean, he was a big-time MVP vote getter and turned his game to a whole new level with power, slugging, and so Ketel Marte can kind of do anything. Starling Marte there's a gold parallel. Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez, he got in to the Hall of Fame. There's one of my original stickers. I used to have them numbered. Each page had a number, and then obviously that got off as I put more pages in there. One of these that might be one of the rookies from Baseball's Best from 89 Donners. I could be wrong about that. Here's another copy of it. That may not be a rookie. Don't hold me to that. Here's the 89 Score rookie. Obviously not going to carry too much value. This one I pulled out of a flea market pack. I didn't have that one. I have a million JD Martinez cards, so if you're looking for this JD Martinez card, look how many. I just got 5 copies of that from 2019 Series 1 last year. Oh geez, look at all these JD Martinez. There's another one. This one I like, these hot numbers cards, or that's maybe not what it's called, numbers game cards from Prism from last year. I got the Sepia Refractor, and I got a Pedro Martinez on the front because I think I'm out of space on my Pedro pages. So I just stuck him in here with JD Martinez because look at all these JD Martinez, just regular base cards too. It's not like any of those are really even worth too much. Now my Pedro Martinez cards, this one is like a special parallel, this gold, I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. That's a rookie of Pedro. This is a rookie. Collector's Choice, that might be a rookie, but obviously not going to carry too much value. Here's another one. This is the Artist Proof, I believe is what it's called. You can't really see it in the light. Of Pedro Martinez. But I do have some pretty cool Pedro cards from whenever he was, see there's the base card right there, when he was just breaking in with the Montreal Expos. Because he kind of came up as, people thought he was a hothead. He'd throw at people. He wasn't scared to hit guys. And he kind of had a reputation of being a somewhat dirty player there for a majority of his career, and now obviously he's kind of turned into a beloved figure with his stuff on MLB Network and then helping win World Series games for Boston. Don Mattingly, he was the hot ticket back there in the mid 80s. People trying to get his rookie card, which I didn't get that Don Mattingly 84 rookie until just within the last year or so. So I don't really have anything too crazy with Mattingly. These cards are really cool. These Upper Deck cards kind of got the little hologram there where you can kind of have a little 3D interaction there. Not many people do cards like that anymore. That's not the rookie card. That's the reprint. You can see here on the back, it's the reprint of the rookie card. There's another Mickey Mantle that somehow got stuck in there. I just kind of put them on random pages. Joe Mauer. #1 overall pick. Went to Minnesota. Was out of Minnesota too, so kind of the hometown boy. He was so good for so long, and then when they moved out of the Metrodome, his power numbers kind of went down, and as he got older, they moved him out of catching, and he just kind of faded to the finish. See, there's the McCutcheon. I got like one blaster box of this TriStar Prospects Plus, and look at this. This is Andrew McCutcheon with his minor league hickory, I think it's the crawdads maybe. Oh yeah, there it is right on the side. But I pulled like stud after stud after stud. Those are minor league cards of Kershaw, McCutcheon, Hochevar. I think I have Alex Gordon. We'll see a couple more later on. They're pretty cool too. Here's a Bowman Chrome, not the first Bowman Chrome, but those were in that flea market in that just random box that I bought. Here's a green parallel of McCutcheon. I think I pulled this out of a pack from Bowman Platinum. Fred McGriff, Tom Emanski's defensive drills, right? You guys are maybe old enough to remember those commercials on ESPN. Back-to-back championships. Here's another one of those credit cards that I thought was signed on the back, but it's really not. And then he played with Tampa Bay there towards the end of his career. Well, Fred McGriff. A lot of people think he should be in the Hall of Fame, and he probably would have made it to, what was it, 400 home runs if there wouldn't have been the strike. But obviously that didn't happen. Mark McGwire, there's a starting lineup card. There's a little pop-up card. Here's another starting lineup. I wasn't the biggest McGwire fan, but obviously there when 1998, when he and Sammy Sosa and Ken Griffey Jr., to be honest, were all chasing the Roger Maris record. I got to be a bigger fan of McGwire, and then obviously when all the steroid stuff came out, the shine on his star kind of dwindled. But I do have a few decent McGwire cards, and nothing that's going to bring more than a couple dollars at most, though. So nothing too crazy. You can still find those packs of 87 tops to get that rookie card there. I don't have the... there's Tristan McKenzie, who can't ever... He's got hurt a few years ago. I thought he was going to be really good, and he still might. But he just got hurt, and that's kind of setting back a few years in his development. Jeff McNeil, probably the best rookie card out of Series 1 from 2019 last year. Maybe Laureano. And Kyle Tucker, depending on how he ends his career, but he had a walk-off the other day. Jeff McNeil, the Flying Squirrel, is that what they call him? Austin Meadows, I started to put him in here because he's really turned it on. I think he hit a home run just yesterday or the day before. And Austin Meadows is going to wrap it up there. You actually saw me, if you've been watching my videos, purchase his autograph for just $6 or $8 at the local card store the other day. Got a Miles Michaelis in here because it has this little gold emblem. It was just kind of a numbered card. These Victor Mesa Juniors I thought was going to be good, but I don't think he's really quite put it together yet for the Marlins. But people thought he was going to be good last year whenever Bowman first came out. And so I thought this card was numbered. I guess maybe it's not, but it is a rookie card, and it does have that little gold emblem on there. So I guess that's why I stuck it in there. But honestly, that's probably not a card that I need to keep in there. So thank you so much, guys. Sorry this thing rambled on to about 18 minutes. So if you made it to the end, I appreciate it. And if not, I guess that's okay too. Be watching because later tomorrow I'm going to be drawing for my giveaway winners for the 300 and 350 subscribers. And we'll hopefully be able to give some prizes out to some people who have supported my channel. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Be looking for that video tomorrow where I announce the giveaway winners. And I will see you guys in a video tomorrow evening. See ya.